Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome dear students. I hope you are all doing well. So dear students, today we will continue our chapter Guy Fawkes, the Treason and Gunpowder Plot 1605. But before proceeding to paragraph 3, I would like to tell you a short summary of the previous lecture. So dear students, Guy Fawkes was also known as Guy Fawkes while fighting for the Spanish, and he was a member of a group of provincial English as well Catholics who was involved in the failed gunpowder plot of 1605. Guy Fawkes was born and educated in York, United Kingdom. His father died when he was 8 years old, after which his mother married a recusant Catholic, and he got his education from St. Peter's School, and his parents were Edward Fawkes and Edith Fawkes. He was involved in a murderous plot to blow up the British Parliament. Now dear students, we will start paragraph 3, December 1605. All those days of waiting, doing nothing for a man of action like Guy, it was a torment. Torment means suffering. Then one December night, 11 men came to the door, darkly dressed, hats pulled down, spades. Spades mean sharp-edged tools, and picks. Picks mean tools used to dig soil. Hidden under their clothes, also food and ale. Ale mean drinks or wine. Enough for a fortnight. Fortnight mean a period of 2 weeks. Down in the cellar they began to dig, not with great ringing noisy blows, but with quiet gouging. Gouging mean making holes, and grubbing. Grubbing mean digging, and boring. Boring mean dull. They dug till their hands bled. Bled mean bleed, and their backs refused to straighten. But the tunnel progressed with ridiculous slowness. Ridiculous mean absurd or silly. Until one day when they heard coal being delivered. Delivered mean conveyed or furnished into a vault. Vault mean a crypt or basement right next to where they were digging. The coal merchant's vault must lie mean situated directly below the Lord's chamber. They had no idea that the vault existed. They did not need to dig a tunnel, only to secure the vault and pile mean mount their gunpowder. Gunpowder is an explosive material. Their gunpowder there. The tunnel was abandoned. Abandoned mean left it. Percy managed to rent the place. Percy was one of the conspirators. Spring and summer drifted by. Drifted mean gathered. With John Johnson, caretaker now of the coal dusty vault. One by one, 36 kegs. Kegs mean tunnels or barrels of gunpowder were transferred from their hiding place to the alcoves. Alcoves mean corner of the cellar. So dear students, it was difficult for a person like Guy Fawkes to sit without doing anything, and it was like a suffering to him. Then one night 11 men came and to the door, and they were darkly dressed, and their hats were pulled down on their faces, and they had some tools that were used to dig soils, and they also brought some food and some wine that was enough for 2 weeks. And down in the cellar they began to dig the tunnel, but they were digging the tunnel without any noise, and they dug till their hands bleeded and their backs refused to be straightened. But tunnel progress was too slow, until one day they heard some coal being conveyed into the vault right next to where they were digging the tunnel. So they left digging the tunnel, and because they came to know that there is a vault right next to the chamber of the king. Then one of the conspirators, Percy, managed to rent the place. The spring and summer were gathered with John Johnson was now the caretaker of the cold dusty vault, and one by one 36 containers of the gunpowder were transferred from their hiding place to the corner of the cellars. Now we have paragraph 4, October 1605. In 1 week, the hall above would be plush with ermine robes glittering with coronets, crowded with Protestant statesmen. Of course, there would be Catholics too. Among the elder statesmen would be good Catholic men like Lord Monteagle. It upset the conspirators, of course it did. Catholics kill Catholics. Still, it could not be helped. Perhaps someone thought it could, for Lord Monteagle received a letter unsigned advising him not to attend Parliament on 5th November if he wanted to avoid an unseen blow. Monteagle read and reread the letter, then sat tapping it against his lips, wondering what it could mean, what to do with it, who should see it. So, dear students, 1 week the hall above would be plush means decorated, coronets mean small crowns, crowded mean full. So dear students, in 1 week the hall was decorated and it was crowded with the Protestant statesmen, and of course there would be Catholics too. Among the elder statesmen would be a good Catholic man, and then there was Lord Monteagle too, and this thing upset the conspirators because they cannot kill Catholic. They were plotting to kill the Protestants. So they became upset that Catholics kill Catholics. Still, it could not be helped. But what they did, they wrote a letter to Lord Monteagle not to attend the Parliament on 5th November if he wanted to avoid an unseen blow. So Monteagle read the letter and he read it again and again. Then he sat and he tapped the letter against his lips, and he was wondering that what it could mean, what to do with it, who should see it. In paragraph 5 on page number 72, 4th November 1605, it was time for Guy Fawkes, the explosives expert, to stack the kegs. Stack means store, kegs mean barrels or the containers. Lay means situate or spread the fuses and lie in wait to light them. The other conspirators dispersed. They spread. Dispersed means spread and lay means situate. Some were already in the Midlands ready to raise up the revolution in the wake of bombing. Sir Robert Cecil, Secretary of State, had ordered a search of the cellars, but his incompetent mean unskillful men had not found nothing. The way was clear, the time was ripe. Coal dust glittered like jet in the lights from his candle. Guy made himself as comfortable as he could in the cold and clammy dark. Clammy means sweaty. His breathing was shallow, his heartbeat steady. So dear students, on 4th November 1605, it was time for Guy Fawkes to situate the barrels that were full of the gunpowder, to light them. and the conspirators spread through London, and some were already in the Midlands, and they were ready to raise up the revolution in the wake of the bombing. Robert Cecil, the Secretary of State, ordered a search of the cellars, but because the men were unskillful, they had found nothing. And the way was clear, the time was ripe. Coal dust glittered like jet in the light from his candle, and Guy made himself as much as comfortable as he could in the cold and sweaty dark, and his breath was trivial and heartbeat was firm. Now, paragraph 6. Suddenly he heard marching footsteps and a jangle of keys. Jangle means clink. Dancing yellow lantern light sprang mean leap into the vault. So sure was Robert Cecil about the letter Monteagle had showed him that he had ordered a second search. This time his troops saw the kegs at once. Then they saw, standing against the far wall, the dark figure of a tall man. He did not struggle as they bound his wrists. They manhandled him all the way to the king's bedchamber, shouting questions in his face, punching and kicking him. But the man from the cellar gave only his name, John Johnson. So, as Guy Fawkes was waiting in the vault to light up the fuses and blow up the king's chamber, he heard some footsteps and the clanking of keys and some dancing yellow lanterns, and the light leaped into the vault. And Robert Cecil was sure about the letter that Lord Monteagle had showed him, and he ordered a second search again. This time the troopers found the conspirator, and he arrested Guy Fawkes, and they were kicking him, punching him in the face when they were bringing him to the king's bedchamber. But he only gave one answer, and that was his name, John Johnson. Now, paragraph 7, November 1605. Though the others fled mean run away, Sir Robert Cecil seemed to know exactly where to find them. Fawkes refused to name them, but they were tracked down anyway within 3 days. They rushed out of the doors, swords in their hands, and 3 were gunned down. Catesby and Percy killed by a single bullet. The gaolers means jailers, broke Fawkes on the rack. A rack means a holder. It startled them how long he held out. But in the end, the man can be made to confess to anything on the rack. He was the last to die. His fellow conspirators had all died traitors. That's when Fawkes was led out to execution, but the crowd was still in good voice, taunting and jeering. Traitor, coward, villain, devil. Their hatred and disgust knew no bounds. They would savor his agonizing death. Savor mean appreciate, and agonizing mean painful death. Hanged, cut down alive. Disemboweled mean cut over, quartered, divided in parts, and only then beheaded to cut off someone's head. Guy could barely climb the ladder. The rack had crippled him, but shakily he reached the top. The hangman, the noose Whispering a prayer, he jumped from the ladder. Crippled mean unable to walk, and nose mean a loop with running knot to hang a culprit. So all the other conspirators run away, and Sir Robert Cecil knows that where to find them, and Fox refused to name them. He did not tell the names of the other conspirators, but they were tracked down in 3 days, and they rushed out of the doors with swords in hands, and the three conspirators were gunned down, and the conspirators Catsby and Percy were killed by a single bullet. The jailers broke Fox on the holder, and Fox was the only conspirator left because all the other conspirators died. He was the last one to be dead when he was brought to be executed. There were people, and a huge crowd was still in good voice, and they were taunting and jeering. They called him traitor, coward, villain, devil, and they all looked at him with hatred and disgust. They were appreciating his painful death. They were demanding to hang him, they were demanding to cut him in parts, and they were demanding him to cut down alive, and some of them were demanding him to be headed. As Guy Fawkes was unable to walk, but still he climbed the ladder shakily, and he reached the top. And the hangman, the nose, he saw them. He whispered a prayer, and he jumped from the ladder and died. So, dear students, this was all about Guy Fawkes, how he became into the conspiracy, how he became to be one of the member of